All right, let's look at level 3. Number 1, 20 and 95 hundredths equals A plus 6 tenths. Draw my wall. Who does A want to get rid of? A wants to get rid of the 6 tenths. The opposite of adding 6 tenths is subtracting 6 tenths. All right, line up my decimals. Have to annex a 0 underneath the 5. The 6 tenths become 0, so I'm left with A on the right-hand side equals 5 minus 0 is 5. 9 minus 6 is 3. Decimal goes straight down. 0 minus 0 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. 20 and 35 hundredths. And if you were to check, 20 and 35 hundredths plus 6 tenths should give me 20 and 95 hundredths. Number 2, x minus 23 and 764 thousandths equals 30 and 5 tenths. Draw my wall. The opposite of subtracting 23 and 764 thousandths is to add 23 and 764 thousandths. I'm going to do that on both sides. Add 23 and 764 thousandths. Left with x on the left-hand side because these become a 0 pair. And I'm going to annex 2 zeros behind the 5. So now we're going to add these numbers. 4 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 0 is 6. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry my 1. 3 plus 0 plus 1 is 4. But decimal goes straight down. Don't forget about that. 3 plus 2 is 5. So x equals 54 and 264 thousandths. Draw my wall. The opposite of subtracting 11 and 1/5 is to add 11 and 1/5 to both sides. 11 and 1/5. All right. The 11 1/5 becomes 0 because they're opposites. They're 0 pairs. So r equals, well, 3/5 plus 1/5 gives me 4/5. 13 plus 11 gives me 24. So your answer R is 24 and 4/5. Number 4. Who does P want to get rid of? P wants to get rid of the 3 and 2 tenths. The opposite of adding 3 and 2 tenths is subtracting 3 and 2 tenths. Subtracting 3 and 2 tenths. Well, the 3 and 2 tenths becomes 0. Those are 0 pairs, so I'm left with P on the right-hand side equals 3 tenths minus 2 tenths gives me 1 tenth. 7 minus 3 gives me 4. So P is 4 and 1 tenth. Number 5, 4A equals 1020. Draw my wall. A wants to get rid of the 4. The opposite of multiplying by 4 is to divide by 4. Divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so I'm left with 1A equals, all right, 1020 divided by 4. 4 goes into 10 0 times, or 1 0 times. 4 goes into 10 2 times, which is 8. I have 2 left over. Bring down my 2. 4 goes into 22 5 times. Subtract 20, give me 2. Bring down my 0. 4 goes into 20 5 times. So 1020 divided by 4 gives me 255. Number 6, draw my wall. Who does R want to get rid of? He wants to get rid of 5 and 2 tenths. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5 and 2 tenths. All right, 5 and 2 tenths divided by 5 and 2 tenths is 1. So I'm left with a 1R equals. And I'm going to get a different color. And I'm going to do 10 and 4 tenths divided by 5 and 2 tenths. Now, my divisor has to be a whole number. I need to move him over once to make it 52. If I move him over once, I got to move the 10 and 4 tenths over once to get 104. Decimal goes at the end. 52 goes into 1 0 times. 52 goes into 10 0 times. 52 goes into 104. Well, 52 times 2 gives me 104. That's perfect. So therefore, what is 10 and 4 tenths divided by 5 and 2 tenths? Answer is 2. So R equals 2. 4 and 76 hundredths equals F divided by 7 tenths. Draw my wall. Who does F want to get rid of? He wants to get rid of the 7 tenths. So the opposite of dividing by 7 tenths is to multiply both sides by 7 tenths. All right, so we're going to multiply both sides by 7 tenths. 7 tenths cross simplify. I'm left with F on the right-hand side. So I'm now going to do 4 76/100 times 7/10. 7 times 6 is 42, carry my 4. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 4 is going to be 49, 50 from 1 to 53. Carry my 5. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 5, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Decimal goes over 1, 2, 3 places because I have 1, 2, 3. So F equals 3 and 332 tenths, hundred thousandths. 3 and 332 thousandths. Number 8. Draw my wall. The opposite of dividing by 6 and 5/10 is to multiply both sides by 6 and 5/10. Multiply by 6 and 5/10. So K equals, all right, let's come over here, 9 and 7/10 times 6 and 5/10. 5 times 7 is 35, carry my 3. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 3 is 48. Placeholder. 7 times 6 is 42, carry my 4. 9 times 6 is 54, plus 4 is 58. Add it up, 5. 8 plus 2 is 10, carry my 1. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, carry my 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. Move my decimal 2 places because of 1, 2. 1, 2. So K is 63 and 5/100. All right, lastly, number 9 and 10. Number 9, D, 1/5. D equals 15. Draw my wall. Who does D want to get rid of? He wants to get rid of the 1/5. So I can divide both sides by 1/5, but don't forget you have to do source, same, opposite, and reciprocal. Or you could just multiply both sides by the reciprocal. All right, and the reciprocal of 1/5 is 5/1, which is basically the whole number 5. The 5's cross simplify. I'm left with D equals 15 times 5 is 75. So 1/5 of 75 equals 15. And lastly, number 10. 1/6n equals 1/3. Well, draw my wall. I've got to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 1/6, or 6/1. 6/1. All right, 6's cross simplify. I'm left with n equals 1/3 times 6/1. Well, 1 times 6 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. And so what's 6 divided by 3? 6 divided by 3 is 2.